I am Mason. For as long as I can remember, I believed in fairness, honesty, and love. I was wrong. I grew up in a small town where quiet afternoons meant riding my bike, reading comic books, and observing the world. I noticed what others overlooked, the twitch of a smile, the way sunlight caught on a window, the tension before someone spoke. Ryan was my opposite, loud, daring, reckless, or at least he seemed so. Yet we became inseparable, sharing childhood adventures, teenage heartaches, and secrets that shaped us. He was my best friend, my confidant, the one person I trusted completely. Then there was Emily. Not my first love, but the one who captured me fully. We met in college, in a library, by chance. Our connection was instant, shared laughter, long conversations, and dreams that intertwined. Our love grew fast, late-night walks, coffee dates, endless talks. I loved her fiercely. College life was messy, with arguments over nothing and everything. Yet we always came back to each other, stronger each time. After graduation, we moved into a cozy apartment filled with mismatched furniture, paint we debated over, and our shared life. I worked at a tech startup, pouring my energy into apps I hoped would make a difference. Emily worked at a local gallery. Sundays were sacred, coffee in bed, soft conversations, rain tapping the windows. Life felt stable, predictable, safe. Ryan remained a constant, loyal, comforting. I never suspected what was coming, and then, the day that changed everything arrived unexpectedly. On an ordinary Tuesday, I decided to take a scenic detour home. I drove down a side street I hadn't noticed before and found a small Italian restaurant tucked into a corner. Inside were Emily and Ryan, holding hands, laughing, sharing spaghetti. Ryan leaned forward and kissed her. I froze. My chest tightened. My stomach sank. Rage should have erupted, but it didn't. Instead, I watched, stunned but strangely calm. The betrayal stung, but I realized my life didn't end here. I had a choice. I could reclaim control. I took a video. Then I left that street, that restaurant, and the life I thought I had forever. The heartbreak was raw, but it became the start of something new. Later, I forwarded the video to their bosses. Soon both were fired. After discovering Emily and Ryan together, my life felt like it had shattered, but the fire inside me was far from gone. I didn't react immediately, I thought, observed, and waited. Emily didn't show up at work for 2 weeks, claiming her car had broken down. Her absence went unnoticed at first. Her boss soon grew suspicious. I decided to act. Using the footage I had captured at the restaurant, I sent a video to her boss. The reaction was immediate. Lying to me for 2 weeks? Slacking off? Oh, no, you aren't, he shouted, fury clear in his voice. It didn't stop there. Investigations revealed Ryan had been siphoning company funds, a betrayal of trust far beyond personal matters. Within days, both Emily and Ryan were fired, their carefully built facades collapsing in an instant. The people who had once seemed untouchable were suddenly exposed for who they truly were. After the dust settled, I tried to breathe, to reclaim normalcy. That's when I met Molly. She was nothing like Emily or Ryan. Calm, confident, with eyes that seemed to see past the surface and a laugh that warmed the room without trying. Her presence was gentle but strong, like sunlight cutting through a storm. We met at a local bookstore, both reaching for the same worn copy of a novel neither of us could resist. Our hands touched briefly and we laughed at the coincidence. Conversation flowed easily, no pretenses, no games. Slowly, a friendship grew. And then something deeper, trust, warmth, and a sense that life might finally be uncomplicated. But the past has a way of crawling back. Weeks later, Emily and Ryan returned, expecting to intimidate me, to twist the tables as they once had. But I wasn't the same person. The betrayal that had cut so deep no longer held power over me. They tried to shake me, to scare me, but I stood firm, calm, and unyielding. The balance had shifted, and this time I held the control. After the chaos settled, I decided to move forward. I found a new job, one where my skills mattered and my honesty was valued. The work was steady, the people professional, and for the first time in a long while, I felt in control of my life. That evening, after a long first day, I returned home with Molly. She had been my anchor through the storm, calm, thoughtful, and quietly strong. Her presence made the apartment feel warm again, safe again. We laughed over small things, shared stories about our day, and enjoyed the simple comfort of each other's company. Then the doorbell rang. I froze for a moment, sensing the familiar tension that always followed Emily and Ryan. Molly gave me a subtle look, her calmness steadying me. I opened the door, and there they were. Emily and Ryan smirking, standing as if they owned the space. "Hey, Mason," Ryan said, his tone meant to unsettle me. "Thought we'd stop by. See how you're doing." Emily crossed her arms, eyes flashing. "We just wanted to talk. Maybe remind you of who you used to be." Their attempt to intimidate was obvious, but I didn't flinch. Molly stayed behind me, quiet but confident, giving me strength. I stepped forward, calm, steady, and unafraid. "I don't know what you think this is," I said, voice even. "But it ends here." They tried to push further, stepping closer, leaning in with threats and smug smiles. But I didn't back down. I held my ground, showing them they couldn't control me anymore. Slowly, the smirk on Ryan's face faltered. Emily's glare turned to disbelief. After a tense moment, they realized the balance had shifted. They had lost the power they once wielded. Without a word, they turned and left. Humiliated, defeated, powerless to intimidate me or Molly. As the door closed, Molly and I let out a breath we hadn't realized we'd been holding. The storm had passed. For the first time, the past no longer had a hold on us. We were safe together and stronger than ever. Life with Molly settled into a rhythm I had never known before. Together, we built a home filled with laughter, trust, and warmth. Our new job allowed us to earn steadily and slowly. We turned our passions into revenue streams, creating a life we could be proud of. As the years passed, our happiness grew. We shared small victories, quiet mornings, and cozy nights. Eventually, our family grew, and we welcomed children, Max and Lana, into our world. The apartment, once tense and uncertain, became a place of joy filled with their laughter, little footsteps, and endless questions. We had finally found peace. The pain, betrayal, and fear of the past seemed distant, replaced by love, stability, and the thrill of watching our children grow. And then, once again, the past returned. Emily and Ryan appeared, hoping to intimidate us again. But this time, it was different. This time, we had Max and Lana. Just as I was about to confront them, Max, with the cutest yet sharpest innocence, stepped forward. "Wow, you two look like you got lost. Or maybe your personalities got lost with you," he said, grinning. Lana giggled beside him, nodding in agreement. Emily and Ryan froze, utterly unprepared for the charm and confidence of two children. Their smirks faltered. Their attempts to intimidate crumbled instantly. Without a word, they turned and left. Humiliated, powerless, and entirely defeated. Molly and I exchanged a look, pride and relief washing over us. Our life, once fragile and threatened, was now unshakable, surrounded by laughter, love, and the clever humor of our children. We finally knew what it meant to be truly happy. The door closed behind the past for good. The storm had passed. The lesson was learned. And our story ended not with fear or betrayal, but with joy, resilience, and a family that could never be broken. Years passed, and life with Molly flourished. She remained the calm, kind, and fiercely loyal partner I had come to love, a light in every room and the steady heart of our family. Together, we watched Max and Lana grow, each day bringing new surprises, laughter, and small victories. Max became clever and confident, a perfect mix of curiosity and courage, while Lana was spirited and empathetic, always noticing the little things that mattered most. They grew up surrounded by love, trust, and the lessons of resilience that life had quietly taught us. Molly and I built a life that no betrayal, no threat, and no challenge could shake. Our family thrived, our bond strengthened, and the years only deepened our understanding of what truly mattered. Love, patience, and standing firm in who you are. And as I looked back on everything, the pain, the victories, the moments of doubt, I knew one thing for certain. No one could change our minds. No one could shake our resolve. And no matter what came, we would never leave each other. Time may pass, storms may come, but our hearts and our choices are ours forever. And no one will ever change that.